So women have more partners than men do before finally settling down. Yes, that's true.
So, is 13 the lucky number when it comes to finding love? Do you have to kiss 12 toads before finding a prince or princess? Yes, says an Australian mathematician, Dr. Cleo Criswell, whose book Mathematics and Sex contains the formula for love. I just can't imagine who would buy a book called Mathematics and Sex. Don't you put your hand down, Rich. Sorry. After complex analysis, Dr. Creswell claims you need to date and reject 12 losers before you have a chance of meeting the one. Indeed, you have a 75% chance that number 13 will be your soulmate. Sadly, though, in fact, 99.9% of the Right Stuff team, most of who were in school less than 10 years ago, number 13, discarded a long, long time ago. Met and shed somewhere between the back of the bike sheds and the back seat of a Ford Cortina, from what I could deduce. Though one of the gang did ask if she could count the boys she'd played Rudy Doctors with while at primary school. I'll explain it later. Another asked if it was only your 13th partner who could be considered the one, or every 13th partner thereafter. Tarts. Listen, I don't know if you're supposed to count only the people you've hidden the sausage with, or whether more platonic crushes should be included in the overall count. But in general, without being too pedantic, what do we think? Do you need to get through 12 failed relationships before you get a shot at true love, Angelica?
OK, so I was going to ask you that. Do you have to shed the sausage?
According to Dr. Creswell, it's 12 significant relationships.
Right.
i.e. one-night stands wouldn't count, but a relationship of... Do people have relationships of longer than 10 minutes without having sex these days? I suspect not.
That's not the question you asked.
That's not the question. No.
I'm going back to the original question. Right, so I've been working out with me and Toby, been trying to work out.
I've not been working anything out.
Yes, you have. I would say that in terms of people that matter, I'm not talking about time fillers or time wasters. I'm not counting them, sorry.
Time wasters.
I'm on about 11.
And you're very happy.
Yeah, Michael.
So you're damn close. In fact, I think Dr. Creswell was saying that there's a sort of plus or minus, and that by the time you got to number 13 or 14, you start looking behind you and thinking, maybe I've missed them. So you're...
About 11.
You're in the zone.
In the zone. I'm in the zone.
OK.
Maybe that explains why women who are promiscuous, like, they go... Oh, I blew the 13 on the postman, so now I've got to go to 26.
We were talking during the break, weren't we, about how everyone is supposed to... The stats tell us that, on average, I think women have slept with 7 guys, and guys have slept with about 7 or 8 women. And
is that true, though?
Well, you were saying, was it, that women lie...
Down. And men lie up. Like, Will Chamberlain wrote that book, like, I slept with 20,000 women. And mathematically, you'd have to be sleeping with someone every 5 minutes or something. I don't know. Which is fine.
Well, yes. Are you, where are you in the numbers game on this?
Oh, God.
You didn't think I wasn't going to ask you?
And Rich, your girlfriend's here as well in the studio.
Yeah, she is. I'm below 30. Let's say that.
OK. And that sounds a bit like 13, doesn't it?
Yeah. 13.
Yeah. Mr. Christian.
Well, what? What are you asking?
I'm asking, do you think there's anything in this? Does it roughly line up with your experience?
Do you know what? Really, it sounds like a load of rubbish to flog a book.
Yeah.
But, you know, alphabetically...
But if I was going to flog a book, I wouldn't call it Mathematics and Sex, would you?
Or have that front cover.
Yeah, exactly. It's one on both counts.
I'd have to do all the women in alphabetical order. You know, they're like Zoe, or whatever that is. No, I mean, seriously, it's like... There might be something in it, but then if I think about it, then probably, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5.
See, I was thinking, if you take out, what, significant relationships?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
Because I knew it wasn't 4 or 5.
Oh,
5 who you've been
significant.
with.
Significant relationships.
Okay, well, then that's...
Do you want to advise you?
Hang
on. Rich is having second thoughts.
I want to amend. Probably about 12.
So that's right in the zone.
Yeah.
Yours is 4 or 5. Because I was thinking significant relations.
4 or 5 significant
relations. I would think if it's significant relations, i.e. things that have, you know, gone on more than 3 months, then it's probably less than 10 in my case.
Yeah, then I might be a bit lower.
Thousands if we're counting one-night stands, obviously. But
What's that?
Good Catholic boy, Terry. That's what I like to hear. What about you guys at home? 12, 13, sound about right? Kirsten?
We have
No, Kirsten? Sound about right?
No, when you listen about the one-night stands things. Yeah, no, I'm on about number 5.
OK, OK.
So I've got a long way to go.
Yeah.
Sorry. You'll be really upset with me. We have Charlene on line 1.
Charlene, good morning.
Good morning.
Is 13 your lucky number?
My lucky number was actually number 1.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm suffering from flu today, so you have to excuse me. I'm aged 41. I met my husband when I was 14. We married when we were 21 and we're celebrating our 20th wedding anniversary today.
So he's your number 1.
Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary!
He's your number 1 guy. What number are you to him, though, I wonder, Charlene?
Well, he was only 15, so hopefully...
So?
Hopefully number 1 as well.
OK, OK.
But I would say we have had our ups and downs like most couples,
Yeah.
and I think that if we had our choice, we would have rather met later in life. And I wouldn't want my 3 children to follow in our footsteps, but I still think you can't choose when you meet your soulmate.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You wouldn't want your children to follow in... You arguably the most romantic story we're going to hear today, although Liz, our makeup lady, is in a similar situation, but you wouldn't want your children to follow in your footsteps?
No, I'd rather they lived a little bit before they met their partners. I obviously would like them to last with their first marriage or what have you, but I would like them to live a bit before they actually settle down. I don't think it's best to meet your partner when you're 14 or 15.
You're surprised as well?
She needs a sex robot.
What is a sex robot?
Well, like in the future, if you do that, then you could just have an affair with a robot, and then...
And that wouldn't be cheating?
No, it wouldn't be cheating at
OK, OK. Charlene, a sex robot for you. Fascinating view as a parent there. That's great. Let's have another, please.
John's on line 2.
John, good morning.
Good morning.
What's your lucky number, sir?
I think I will take the line of Rich, your guest there, Rich, and plead the Fifth Amendment on that one, to be honest.
Right. Are you still a virgin? Is that what you're saying?
Well, exactly, yeah.
OK, right.
I think there's a couple of questions I'd like to pose. What's the sort of situation with this guy who did the book anyway? I believe he was an Australian.
Yeah.
Could it possibly be that maybe Australian women are getting a bit more sophisticated and British Australia no longer does it for them, and maybe
Highly
that's
unlikely, I would have
13 for
thought.
them?
Yeah.
And if that's the case as well, what happens if you meet your partner after the 13th and then get divorced?
I was wondering this.
Do you have to have then another 13 before you strike lucky again, as it were?
Or do you look back and start thinking maybe number 12 was the one, and I've let them slip through my fingers? I mean, this is the other thing. If you've gone way, way past 13, you then start looking back and think about the ones you've let get away. Yeah. John, thank you. Let's have another.
Karen's on line 3.
Karen, good morning.
Hello.
So what do you think? Are you ready for number 13? Have you had number 13?
No. No.
No. Do you mean yes, Karen?
And I met...
Am I in a different world to you? I am today,
I met my
come on.
previous partner on the 13th of April, 5 years ago. And my daughter was 13 at the time. And it is just totally weird.
And a D drunk 13 pints.
So you met your 13th partner on the 13th?
No, I met my 7th partner.
Seventh
one
partner.
husband.
So do you wonder now whether you've gone for the wrong guy?
No.
No. So the third, you got your 13s elsewhere.
15 years older than me.
So all
my
her
birthday is on the 15th of January.
OK. I
So
think we're
I
going
have got
to just...
things, I think, to do with numbers, but
Right.
I don't know.
OK. Thank you for the call, Karen.
Numbers.
I think Karen was taking it just a tad too seriously. But anyway, thank you for all the calls on that. Fascinating. Yeah. Now, you're going to get on to the good ones after the ads. What tiny acts of rebellion do you carry out to fight the system? I'll stress again, only legal acts will be considered, so no vandalism or rioting or bank robbing, thank you very much. Maybe you deliberately rearrange library books so they're no longer in alphabetical order, or screw up official forms before posting them without a stamp. 0207 173 5555 is the number for your acts of anarchy and sedition. Come and join us. Stick it to the man after these ads.
The word rebel comes from the Latin word meaning independence, recklessness or war. Find out after the ads.